welcome to Nute High School in Milton, New Hampshire. New England Cablevision presenting Class S preliminary round playoff action in the boys bracket of the playoffs this season. Hi everyone, again, Eric Nelson tonight along with Steve Burrows on color commentary for this preliminary game between the Nute Rams and the Colebrook Mohawks. Nute comes into the game at 12-6 and the Mohawks record standing at 7-11. And Steve, what kind of background do you know about this Nute team in this season?
Well, coming into the year, they had a totally different philosophy from last year's team under Coach McCormish. Last year, they were a totally slow-down team, half-court oriented, get the ball in the chasing and white, and let's get points in the air. This year, coming in, Coach Mollica, new coach, new system. He just said, we're going to run the ball as much as we can, as long as we can, and we're going to just try to wear teams down that way. They started out the season losing a tough one at Alton. Alton had a really big team, killed them on the boards. And then they lost another close one to Calvary Christian by 2. Then they won 3 in a row, and things started looking better for them. That first win really got them a lot of confidence. After losing to Moultonborough, they came out. They won 6 in a row in the middle of the year, really put them in a good position for the tournament. They really, as the season went along, you could really see they gained a lot of confidence in themselves, especially. Scott Burrows, which is my brother, he was the only proven scorer coming into the season for the Rams, but they had to get the points from somewhere, and it just so happened that it was my other brother Dave stepped in, and as an 8th grader, he's done a really good job.
Now, for this Colebrook team, one of the many teams from the northern part of the state that have made the tournament, not with an impressive record, 7-11, but finishing fairly well in the standings. Do you know anything about this Colebrook team?
Yes, I know that they're a very inconsistent club. They've beaten teams up north by 20, and then they've lost to those same teams by 10 or 20 points. So it just depends on the intensity level they come out with. I do know they play a 1-3-1 full-court press, and Coach Mollick he's been looking into that, and hopefully Nute will be able to break the press. Nute's had pretty good success this year in breaking the press of other teams. That's been their strength.
Okay, the starting fives for both clubs have been introduced. Starting 5 tonight for the Mohawks at forward Dana Nugent and Mike Harding, at center Carl Lewis, and at the guards Jay Cross and Steve Dinko. And for the Rams, it'll be the Burrows brothers, Scott and Dave, along with Don Todges, Skip Wyatt, and Tim White will be the starting 5. Don Todges will be starting in place of Tim White. So we do have the starting 5s, and we're ready for the tap-off to this evening's ball game. Scott Burrows jumping for the Rams against number 25, Carl Lewis, and the Mohawks control to start the game.
Nute's coming into a 3-2 defense. They've run this defense most of the year. It's changing into a 3-2 now. They rely on their quickness, mainly for their trapping in the corners, and rebounding-wise, that leaves them a little vulnerable because they've only got 2 players underneath the basket. But Scott's really done a fine job, and so has Donnie Tigerson sweeping up the boards for him. Something we don't see the Rams do a lot is switch into that man-to-man. They usually only do it to disrupt the team or change the pace a little bit. Yes. The first 2 games, they went strictly man-to-man, and since then, they've gone to this defensive zone, and it's really worked well. From outside, it's Dinko missing, and the rebound cleared by Dave Burrows up to Skip Wyatt. The layup, he knocks it down, and it's 7:08. We have our first points of the game. Super job by Dave. Get that outlet pass out really quick. Nute's going to be releasing players all night trying to get that fast break going. Now, you mentioned earlier, Steve, that one of the philosophy differences is we see a shot by Nugent missing, rebound taken and finally cleared by Todges when he steps on the end line. To get back to my point, Nute this year, they like to run a lot as compared to last year. Yes, as you saw right there, that's the problem that Nute has. They can't run if you can't get the rebound. They've been having, sometimes when they don't run, it's because they don't rebound well. We have our first foul being called underneath against the Rams. It's going to go against Dave Burrows. His first and the team's first. So Colebrook, Tim bounded under their own basket. It's Jay Cross putting the ball in bounds. They move it around the perimeter into the corner.
Shot taken from outside off the side of the rim. That's Harding on the miss. Dave Burrows tries to get the rebound. It's picked up by Scott Burrows, and the Rams are on the run. Dave Burrows with the ball, stripped from behind. Jump ball call, possession in favor of the Rams. And Steve, what's your opinion on the new jump rule?
I like it. I think it really speeds up a game. You know, if you get the first jump ball, you're always one up on the opponent. So, you know, unless you've got a really tall player that's going to dominate on the jump balls, it's a really good rule.
Nute moving the ball around nicely, getting it to Dave Burrows in the corner. He hits the baby 6-footer, and it's a 4-0 Ram lead. We're down to 6:22 left in the first period, this quarterfinal game. And driving all the way, Dana Nugent.
Defensive breakdown there. They're going to pick him up a little bit higher on the foul line area.
Nugent, a senior on this club, really one of the players to watch for Colebrook. Scott Burrows misses from long range. It's Nugent clearing the boards for the Mohawks. They're trying to run before Nute can set up in their zone. You've noticed Colebrook, once they get into their set offense, Steve, has been very patient.
Yeah.
The turnaround on the inside is Lewis. Rebound taken by Cross. Cross puts it in, and quickly we're tied at 4.
I think you're noticing, Eric, that Colebrook's guards are really quick. Quicker than a lot of the guards that Nute's seen this year, other than, you know, maybe Mike Mucha from Farmington.
Scott Burrows penetrating baseline, misses, gets it tapped away. Mike Tajas on the rebound, called for the offensive foul.
That's what I mean about a close call. Regular season, that might have been a no call, or it might have been even a block. But you get into a tournament, you get different officials. They call a tighter game. Tournaments have notoriously been known for tightly called games.
A lot more at stake for these clubs, single elimination tournaments, as they all are in the state of New Hampshire. And Steve, we have a problem with the clock now that we had prior to the game. There's a bad connection, I take it, next to the scores table, and sometimes the clock doesn't work.
Yeah, we haven't had that problem much. I time all the varsity boys games in the regular season, and I haven't had that problem once. Just luck of the draw, I guess. It happens in the tournament.
But right after one of the plays on the other side of the court, there was 6:24 left, and then we went back to the other end and had an exchange of play, and the clock hasn't run since then, so we're short about 20 seconds, I think.
Yeah. This could really make a difference if they have to go to a stopwatch. It's going to really disrupt the flow. I know myself, when I played, I like looking up at the clock and seeing how much time there was left. It kind of gives you a gauge of, you know, where you are and what you have to do.
So they're trying to fix the problem. Phil Malika has come off the bench to try to tighten up that connection, as apparently it's loose. And the clock has ticked off 1 second. And it is refusing to work as, well, there it goes down. So they've run it down to 6:19. So they've taken 5 seconds off the clock. So we're ready to get back underway. Dinko inbounding the ball for Colebrook, and Nute peels back into the zone.
Interesting, they haven't gone into the press. Like I said, the Colebrook guys are really quick. Coach Malik is probably, you know, he's wary that the press might be broken. He gets some easy buckets out of it for Colebrook, so he dropped out of it.
Nugent over to Cross at the top of the circle. Nute in an aggressive zone. Colebrook being very patient. Clock's ticked down now to 6 minutes left in the first period, tied at 4. Ball is fed into the middle to Lewis. He's stripped by Tajas.
Good defense that time. Nute surrounded the opponent.
Nugent knocks it out of bounds. Rams retain possession. Could this be done really by design by Colebrook to try to slow this game up?
Yes, I really think it is. I'm sure that the Colebrook coach has done his homework, and he knows that Nute's a fast-breaking club. To slow the game down would be to his advantage.
Dave Burrows misses, but Scott Burrows takes down the rebound, and he's fouled underneath by Dinko. And that's the first foul we've seen against the Mohawks.
That's going to be a key to the game right there. If Scott can start getting inside and getting offensive rebounds, that's really going to make Nute's game a lot more effective. Nute's game, I know, is outside oriented, and Scott really is the only offensive rebounder they have. Skip Wyatt is to a degree, but his size really limits him into what he can do inside. Good jumping ability, but you can't teach 6'3".
Burrows makes them both. 2-point Ram lead, 6-4. This is preliminary round action in the Class S tournament. From downtown, Jay Cross.
Might have been a travel there. Referees didn't catch it. That's a tough call to make on a jump ball, though.
Stolen by the press. It's Harding. Bank shot is missed. Lewis gets the rebound. Stripped by Burrows, but he gets called for the foul and a chance at a three-point play.
Again, Nute failed to box out. It's going to cost them. They're going to have to box out more.
There's a very good contingent from Colebrook here, despite the long trip.
Yes, for the girls' game last week when Colebrook played Nute in the tournament, Colebrook got a lot of fans down, and they didn't even bring a spectator bus, which goes to show, you know, they have a lot of faithful fans.
Wyatt trying to break the press. Foul on Nugent.
Nute seems to be having a lot of trouble with Colebrook's press.
That's where the factors of the quick guards come into play. I think they're able to run that press, and it's effective.
Absolutely.
Mike Todges split it at half court over to Don Todges. 5:05 left in the first. Colebrook in a zone. Todges at the foul line. Over to Burrows in the corner, looking to work baseline. He does. Stops, takes a 10-footer. It's good.
He's really done a good job on that shot this year. Last year he didn't have that shot. He had basically a set shot, but this year he's come up with that stop and pop jumper.
9-8. The Mohawks in the lead. Shot from outside, missed by Cross. Dave Burrows rebounds, but it's stolen by Cross in the layup.
Lazy pass by Dave. That's going to get picked off. I'm telling you, these guys are really quick.
Cross.
You can't underestimate them.
Cross with 6 of the 11 Mohawk points, and the Rams find themselves down by 3. Wyatt misses the layup. Mohawk ball.
Fairly high-scoring quarter for a Class S game. Usually you'll find an 11 or 15-point range, but as I see, Colebrook's already scored 11. We're only halfway through the quarter. Fast-paced game.
Starting 5 still in the ball game for the Mohawks. Wyatt on the steal. He's got Burrows in front of him. Nice pass. Burrows up. Blocked by Nugent.
Good play by Nugent there. He got back on D. A lot of players would just let him go in, take the layup uncontested.
Nugent, the senior, seems to be the man to watch in this club.
Yeah, he seems to be a seasoned veteran.
Into the corner, Dave Burrows from 15, doesn't get the bounce. Board cleared by Scott Burrows. The turnaround from 6 is good.
Dave's got to start hitting that shot for Nute to be effective. He's hit that shot all year.
Well, that was one thing we saw in the Farmington game, is he got real hot from outside.
Yeah, he was getting his shots. Farmington seemed to key on Scott that game.
Harding's baseline jumper misses, where it's rebounded by Dave Burrows. And they call a jump ball, so the Mohawks to inbound. That's Cross into Nugent. Nute remaining in that 3-2 zone. Into the middle, they try to feed Lewis, but they're packing that zone, and Todges comes up with a steal, but Wyatt loses the ball. Right back to Cross. But they claim he touched it, so Nute will have possession with 3:10 left, trailing by 1.
You can really tell the intensity in this game. It's a tournament game, more so than the regular season.
I think you can see that a lot just by looking at the faces. Todges the dish to Dave Burrows. Shots missed. Scott Burrows the rebound. Fouled by Harding.
I think you can tell the 8th grade jitters coming out there. Tournament, I told you, is completely different. Once it gets into the game, you know, most players, first quarter is really jittery period. They'll get into the game.
Neither team in the bonus. Burrows to the line for the 2nd time this evening. And that's his first miss. Two-shot foul. He's 1 for 3 from the line, looking to tie this game at 11. He does with 2:57. We're tied at 11.
Look for Colebrook to try to get the ball in the middle to their big man Lewis. He's been scoring from the medium range jump shot area around the foul stripe.
Nugent, the fadeaway. Nugent with 4.
He's really been impressive too, hustling.
He spills onto the floor trying to intercept that pass. And now it's Nute back in their offense. Scott Burrows, nice pass to Dave Burrows.
Nice pass. They run that play a lot. 8 or 9 times a game anyway. It always catches defense by surprise too. They have 2 variations off of that. Dave can either go under or he can come up top for the jump shot.
So the Rams tied again at 13. 2:05 left in the first period. Stolen by Tajas. Lead pass to Mike Tajas. 2-on-1 for the Rams. Over to Dave Burrows. The layup. No, it's a little strong. Mike Tajas, the rebound. Dave Burrows, the rebound. No, we're going to get traveling.
Good break opportunity, though, Eric. They're really trying to break the ball. They're always looking down court. That's a good sign.
I think part of the fact, along with Phil Malika likes to run, but the personnel has changed. They had the inside players last year. They really don't this year.
Absolutely. They've only got 1 player now who's really over 6'2". They're really going with a fast club, and from what I understand, Coach Malika says next year's team's going to even be quicker.
Nugent steals it from Wyatt. Streaking down the right side where it's knocked away by Tajas.
Game's getting a little ragged now. I think somebody's going to have to take control. One of the veterans will need a club.
Steve Mulligan, the first sub for the Mohawks. He'll inbound it. Colebrook again being deliberate. We also have Bill Perry in the game, number 51, stolen by Tajas in the corner.
Don Tajas has really done a good job with that all year. Really quick hands, defensive specialist. He's really got quick hands. You really got to protect the ball when you're dribbling against him.
Dave Burrows, the pass into Scott Burrows. Shots partially deflected by Harding, who gets the rebound, and it's Nugent running for the Mohawks. Penetrates, goes reverse, gets it stuffed by Scott Burrows. Mike Tajas with it in the corner, drives baseline, working on Lewis. Misses the layup, that's fouled.
Good move there by Mike Tajas. In the open court, he's really a pretty good player, breaking the ball. He's got a few good moves.
51 seconds left in the first period of a tied game, 13 apiece. Mike Tajas has yet to score his first trip to the foul line.
Key to the game here is going to be foul shooting also. I can see it already. Nute's been to the line 5 or 6 times. They're going to have to capitalize on this.
Tajas cans them both. The Rams up by 2. Mulligan with the ball. Mulligan into the corner. Working that ball around the perimeter. Trying to free Lewis up in the middle. Now it's last shot time. They've peeled back. Clock ticks down to 25 seconds left in the first. Last shot time for the Mohawks. Nugent holds the ball. They're pulling him out. Their coach, Buddy Trask, tells him to wait till 13. And we are at the magic 13. Now they start to run their play. They feed it to Perry, who kicks off to Nugent on the right side. His baseline bank shot is missed, but it goes off a Nute player.
Tough break there. Ball skidding off their hands.
5 seconds left in the period. Inbounded to Nugent. Puts up the 20-footer off the side of the rim. Lewis tips it. No, and they do not score. So after 1 period at Nute High School, in the first round of the Class S tournament, it's the Nute Rams 15, the Colebrook Mohawks 13.
Pizza Nook has got the 652-9066.
Back for the second quarter, Eric Nelson along with Steve Burrows to bring you Nute High School basketball on New England Cablevision. As we mentioned before, this is the preliminary round of the 85-86 Class S tournament. The Number 7 Rams going up against the number 10 Mohawks. Rams finishing 12-6. Mohawks finishing at 7-11. So the Rams have the chance now to extend their lead to 4 as we begin the second period. Big hole in that zone, and Wyatt makes the layup.
Skippy's got a few good moves in there. Although he's not that tall, he really makes some good moves when he's in there. He knows he has to adjust because he's that short, but he really does a good job at it.
Defensive pressure by Nute. It's stolen by Burrows. Nute with a chance to pick up their biggest lead.
Colebrook seems to be coming out to try to pressure Nute's guards. That time it worked. That's something that we haven't seen much this year. The pressure on the Nute guards. More teams, I would imagine, should have tried it because you know, you don't know how a team's going to react to it.
Ball skidded off Wyatt's hands to possession to Colebrook. Starting 5 in for the Rams. Mulligan, the only non-starter, now in for Colebrook. Harding being double-teamed, takes the fadeaway, doesn't get the roll. Burrows rebounds, looking for help, over to Tajas, down in the corner to Wyatt, drives baseline, nice move, misses a layup. Scott Burrows the rebound, stripped by Lewis where he's fouled.
Scott's really cleaning the boards on the offensive end. They're letting him sneak in there. Colebrook's going to have to get together and stop boxing out, or he's going to kill him all game like that. He's a fairly good foul shooter also, so putting him on the line isn't really that good a job.
Mulligan comes out, re-entering the game, starting guard Jay Cross. Burrows, the leading scorer for the Rams and leading scorer in the game with 7. 3 of them coming from the line. A violation going against Colebrook, so Burrows will get another chance at both of them.
Those are the kind of breaks that really make a coach cringe. When a player steps over the line, gives him an extra point. As you can see, he hit that first foul shot. Now he gets another one.
You can take the physical mistakes, but it's hard to muster the mental mistakes.
That's right. I coach a junior high team at the high school here, and that's the same thing I stress. I don't care if it's a physical mistake because you're not big enough or you're not quick enough, but if you're in the wrong position, you know, that's a mental mistake, something I can't tolerate.
Cross buries it. Cross with 8, leading scorer for Colebrook. It's back to a 4-point lead for the Rams as we see Colebrook in their press. Burrows with an opening, dishes to Tajas.
Ball hitting the net really must have screwed him up a little bit because pass is right there. Lost sight of it for a minute or two.
19-15, Rams leading by 4. 6:12 left in the second period. Harding with it in the corner, pops it back out toward the foul line. Dinko's shots missed. Lewis rebounds, takes a turnaround. Foul call underneath. Goes against Scott Burrows, unofficially his first.
As well as Nute's doing on the offensive boards, they're doing as badly on the defensive boards. Colebrook just keeps seeming to slip in there and get those offensive rebounds, and as you can see, you're going to give them points by putting them there.
Lewis makes both of them, and with that, he has 5 points. And the Mohawks pull back to within 2. Dave Burrows controlling the ball over to Mike Tajas where he's double teamed. Free it over to Micah Joes, just entered the game. Tajas all alone, misses to the right. Burrows the rebound. He misses. Cross rebounding for Colebrook, and they clear it to Nugent. Leads it into Harding, working on Joe, stops and pops. Misses, rebound, Colebrook ball.
I tell you, Colebrook is really scrapping out there.
Very intense first period. Lob pass to Lewis, working on Todges, the turnaround.
They've been looking for that the whole game. Getting it into Lewis. He's got a good shot from in there.
Both teams in the bonus now. That's 2 on Mike Todges.
Nute's going to have to up their intensity level on defense if they plan to win this game. They're not hustling on the boards at all, at least on the defensive end.
Lewis is a perfect 4 for 4 from the foul line. As we say that, he misses, and Wyatt with the rebound. A 1-point game, 19-18. Nute leading. Close to a backcourt violation on Wyatt before he cleared to Burrows. Colebrook back in their zone. Dave Burrows from 16.
That's a good shot for Dave. He's been hitting that consistently in the last 4 or 5 games.
He's a very poised shooter for a kid his age.
Yeah, you could really see him improve in 4 or 5 games into the season. Start of the season, he was really raw. But once he got a little confidence, that's all it took.
On the break, Todges with the initial shot. Not under a lot of control. He missed. Wyatt rebounded for a nice pump fake and picked up the foul. So a timeout charge to the Rams. And it's been a close one so far, Steve.
Yeah, I'm impressed by Colebrook. They came in with a 7-11 record, and I hope that a lot of people from Milton didn't think that it'd be a pushover, because that's the trouble with these northern teams. You really can't tell. There's a lot of competition some years, and then some years there isn't. Evidently this year there's a lot of tough teams up there, because at 7-11 they're a pretty good club.
They're giving the Rams a battle with 4:40 left in the second period. It's Nute leading 21-18. Both teams in the bonus. And when we come back from this timeout, Wyatt will be going to the free throw line. And if Nute should win tonight, Steve, what's their next assignment?
Well, they play Friday night at 7 o'clock against Groveton. They've gone in with a 14-4 record, seeded second. It's going to be a good test for them.
But of course, first have to get by Colebrook, and even Phil Malika said it's going to be a close one right down to the wire.
Yeah, I think Coach Malika knew what he was talking about also, because Colebrook has really given Nute a fight. They've had to earn every point.
Wyatt with 5, looking for 6. Doesn't get it, but it's rebounded. Yes, Wyatt gets his own rebound back. He feeds it back out to Tim White, who just came into the game. So Nute with another chance and an opportunity to make this into a 3-point play. White double team, tried to dish to Burrows, stolen by Cross. Cross up ahead to Nugent. Nice play.
Nice break. Nute's going to have to get back on that. Colebrook has, again, I hate to reiterate, but they've got quick guards. They're pesky.
Trying to break that press. Joes down low to Scott Burrows. Easy layup.
Good play there, breaking the press. That's what you have to do. Once you get it over half court, look right down there, because most of the time the defense won't be set up. You get easy buckets off it.
Nute with a 4-point edge, 24-20. Shot from the foul line, tipped by Lewis. Lewis tips Dinko's miss.
Super play. This Lewis kid is really doing a good job off the boards. Nute's going to have to box him out.
Release Joes, and Dave Burrows finds him. Now it's back into the set offense. This game hasn't wavered more than 4 points in favor of either team. Burrows to Wyatt, bounces it off of Cross's foot, but they give it to the Mohawks.
Tough call by the official.
Joes comes out of the game in favor of Todges. So it is Burrows, Wyatt, White, and Don Todges in for the Rams. And it's the starting 5 in for the Mohawks. Nugent from 20. Line drive off to Dave Burrows, who clears to Todges. Todges over to White in the corner. He drives, stops, pops, misses. Rebound by Dinko. Nugent pressuring the Rams offensively, pushes it up back to the foul line. Cross feeds it into Lewis. His left-handed bank shot is missed, but just his sheer height gave him that rebound. He dishes to Nugent, and Todges stripped the ball.
Somebody's going to have to put a body on Lewis. He's just going over their backs. He's not fouling, but he's going over their backs. He's got a pretty long reach, and he's just grabbing the bounce over their back.
Lewis again, triple team before he dishes to Nugent. Colebrook to pull it back out. From long range, Nugent misses. Dayburrows fights for the rebound, controls. Threw it while he was in the air, and it was picked off by Dinko.
Bad choice by Dave. He should have just settled the ball down. They need to get a bucket here pretty bad.
Colebrook with a chance to tie it. Feed into Lewis. Kicked by Todges.
You notice Colebrook trying to go inside at every opportunity to Lewis. He must be the main man. Seems to have a nice touch around the rim.
Number 25, Carl Lewis, the center for this Mohawk club. Again, kicked by a Ram player, by Wyatt. 2:08 left in the second period of a 2-point ball game. The Rams up 24-22. Harding feeding to Dinko off the bottom of the rim. Foul on Burrows.
That's a tough call. Might have got all ball that time. But again, in the tournament, they're going to call it really tight. Anything that even looks like a foul, it's going to be a foul. It's a big adjustment.
Dinko has been held scoreless. Misses his first free throw. Two-shot foul. Misses both. Dayburrows the rebound.
At the starting out at a fast pace, this game has really slowed down score-wise. Could be a little fatigue factor here, especially with all the pregame jitters and butterflies.
It was 15-13 after one stanza, but it's been 9-9 so far in the second period, and we're down to 135. Burrows dishes off to his brother Dave, makes the layup.
Nice pass there by Scott. Through the defense and then dished it off.
Lewis working on Burrows, spins inside.
Smooth move by the big guy. He's tough in there.
Stolen by Lewis. The big man goes up over Dave Burrows. The left-hander misses Todges for the rebound as Burrows breaking. 1-on-2 with Cross. Cross strips him of the ball and fouls him.
Good foul there by that Colebrook player. You should never give away a breakaway layup like that until they make a rule where you get 2 shots in the ball. That's a good rule. That's a good foul to make.
Lewis comes out to a good round of applause from the Colebrook faithful, and replacing him, number 51, Bill Perry. It was not a 2-shot foul. It was a 1-and-1.
Good hustle there by Todges.
Ball goes out of bounds. There's something on the court, apparently. It's pieces of paper, I think. Still, you don't want to take any chances with a player running at full speed down the court. So that was a 1-and-1 for Scott Burrows, and he missed the front end of it.
That was an interesting call. I thought he was going for the basket there.
And at least a
judgment call.
Yeah, and you think maybe they'd even give him an intentional foul beside that.
Absolutely.
You know, if they weren't going to give him the 2 shots.
Absolutely.
So it's a 1-and-1, and he only gets 1 opportunity and misses. So it's still a 2-point Ram bulge, 26-24.
Big turnaround there.
And we may see again, last shot time for the Mohawks as the game clock for the half is down to 40 seconds.
Nute's starting to spread the defense out a little bit, forcing Colebrook to play.
Into Perry, who drives but feeds back to Nugent. So they are working for the last shot because he definitely had a good opportunity at a basket. Back to Perry again, where he's triple team, back to Cross. Game clock down to 20 seconds. Harding with it, bounce pass into Nugent in the corner, who feeds to Cross. Bounces back out to Dinko. His turnaround is good. And we're down to 4 seconds for the Rams. Wyatt at half court. The long shot misses. And after 1 half of play, we are tied at 26. And Steve, it can't get much closer than that.
No, super game, super half so far. It started to slow down toward the end of the half. Again, the fatigue factor and the jitters. I think we're in for a really good second half.
Okay, the score after 1 half at Nute High School in this Class S quarterfinal game. The Rams of Nute High School, 26, and the Mohawks of Colebrook, 26. Stay tuned.
From Factory to You.
Welcome back for the second half of action at Nute High School. The Nute Rams against the Colebrook Mohawks in the preliminary round of Class S, and other games going on this evening at local sites. In the same pairing with the Rams, Ware is hosting Orford this evening. The winner of that game to go on to play Moultonborough, the number 3 seed. The winner of Cal Christian will be playing Lisbon, or Cal Christian will be playing Lisbon. The winner to play the number 14 Profile. And the other preliminary game, Alton is hosting Wilton, and the winner of that game to go on to face Pittsburgh. And Moultonborough, Steve, despite their 18-0 record, ranked 3rd.
Yes, that's just the way the point system is in New Hampshire. It's all determined on how many teams above your class you win. You get 2.5 points for an S win and 5 points for an M win. So, you know, Moultonborough might be 18-0, but they've played all Class S games, and other teams like Pittsburgh and Groveton, I see, they've played some Class M and even some Class L teams. Class L teams are worth 4 Class S wins. You can understand that. If they beat a team, and there is a team in Canada that Groveton has beaten, Class L.
What can do the statistics show us anything after the first half? Nute doing a good job from the line, 8 for 10.
Yeah, super job from the line. You see Scott Burrows, he's at 11 points. Dave Burrows with 8, Skip Wyatt with 5, Mike Hodges with 2. That rounds up the scoring. For Colebrook, you see Lewis with 10, Jay Cross with 8, followed by Dana Nugent with 6, and Steve Dinko with 2. They're shooting 4 for 7 from the line.
Their first score of the second half coming by way of the Rams. So it's now a 2-point edge for Nute, 28-26.
Nute's going to have to do a better job boxing out. Colebrook's getting a lot of their points off second and third efforts. That's going to be a key to the game.
Nugent from 18 buries it.
Seems to be a very well-drilled club. They're really good outside shooters, scrappy players, good little press, good rebounding strength.
Into Scott Burrows, working on Lewis, traveling.
Good call by the official. Get a little stutter step there.
Just over a minute played in the third period. Nugent again, and he's hot.
Someone's going to have to go out and get him. Put a hand in his face. Anything to disrupt his shot.
Colebrook still in the 1-3-1 zone press. Tajas blocked by Lewis, goes back up for it. Jump ball call.
Eric Newton seems to be really playing scared now. They're going to have to get together, get their heads in the game, and say, hey, let's do it. They're really playing like a team that doesn't want to lose, more than a team that wants to win.
We've seen them at times this year, Steve, play some really good ball games, particularly against Farmington, and then a game against Ware where they probably played the worst game of the season.
Absolutely. The game against Ware was probably the worst game I've ever seen them play this year. Of course, the Farmington game and the Alton game, 2 really good games were played. They're not playing nearly as well, though, tonight.
And quickly, with 6:12 left, Phil Malika calls a timeout. And you just have to have your head in this game, Steve. You have to be mentally prepared.
Right. Like I said, tournament, totally different. You really have to be mentally prepared. You have to be really psyched up for the game. You got to expect a lot of close calls. You've got to really keep yourself under control.
Did you have to, when you played on the championship team, did you have to change your style? Did you become less aggressive or more aggressive during the tournament?
It didn't really matter to me. I just went with the flow. If they started calling a lot of fouls, little push-off fouls and things of that nature, I try to cut down on it. But other than that, I just try to play my game, whether it be in the regular season or not. You know, some of the calls that didn't go against me in the regular season did in the tournament. But you know, you just have to play your game. You can't worry about whether the officiating is going to be different. Other than nerves, you know, you really get nervous in the tournament game. It's easy to see, but Nute shouldn't have that case right now. They've played a whole half of basketball here.
The Mohawks looking to extend their lead to 4. They're up 30-28. Harding with it, working on Burrows. Dribbles back out.
Nute's starting to extend their defensive pressure outside to get a hand in the faces of Nugent and 21. We're really killing him outside.
Nugent's been hot. He's hit his last 2 jumpers from long range. He's now tied for Lewis' high man on the Mohawks with 10. Cross fakes a jump shot and pulls back over to Nugent. Back to Cross from way outside. He's long, rebounded by Burrows.
Although Colebrook didn't score that time, they showed a lot of patience working the ball around.
Scott Burrows from the free throw line off the front of the rim. Wyatt battles for the rebound, puts it up. He's blocked by Harding, goes up again. Blocked by Nugent. But it'll be Ram ball.
It's going to be tough to skip inside. Colebrook seems to have a lot of height in there, especially with Lewis.
Dave Burrows from the right side. He misses. Lewis clears the boards. 3-on-1 break for the Mohawks. Cross to Nugent working on White. Misses. Rebound.
Dave Burrows noticeably cold tonight from the outside. They really need his scoring. Without that, they're really lacking a lot in their offense. It takes a lot out of them.
Fouls against Cross, his second. Only the first team foul of the second half. Todges from the foul line, decides not to take it, drives, puts it up, gets the roll.
Good move by Don. They just backed off him. He's not known for his offense, but he can stick it if he has to.
He looked a little surprised.
He did. They just dropped right off him. You have to do that. You have to take it right into him. Take the shot if it's given to you, especially from the foul line.
Dinko from the foul line. Misses. White on the rebound. Nute running. White has Burrows. Dishes to him. Layup is good.
That's a classic Nute fast break. Phil likes to, Coach Malika, he likes to bring the ball either down the side or down the middle. It doesn't really matter on his fast break. The key, though, is to get it in the middle once it gets to the foul line area.
Lewis with 2 chances. Misses them both. Burrows on the rebound.
Tough break for Lewis that time. Wide open layups.
Foul against the Mohawks. Against Steve Dinko. That's 2 on Dinko. This game seems to be a contrast in tempo, Steve. We see Nute run as much as possible and Colebrook being very deliberate.
Absolutely. From what I see, Colebrook's game is really tailored to that. Slow it down, work the ball around, try to get it into Lewis. If not, work for the open 15-footer. And they have the personnel to do it, and they've showed it tonight. Well-coached team.
Burrows made that last jumper for Nute. He now has 12 points. Todges on the near steal.
Quick hands by Donnie again.
Harding dishes to Lewis, who pivots to his right and is fouled by Dave Burrows.
Again, the penetration by Colebrook. Who's going to have to stop that if they plan on winning the game? They're getting in there much too easily.
After trailing by 2, the Rams have run off 6 straight to take a 4-point advantage, 34-30. Lewis is going to the line with 10 points. Makes him 6 for 7 from the free throw line and high score for the Mohawks.
In tournament basketball, foul shots are so important. We're seeing kind of a clinic here on how to hit them because both these teams are really doing really well in the foul shots.
Scott Burrows with the move on the baseline.
Scott's got a good move along the baseline. He had that move last year also. He's pretty good on that.
Harding being double teamed by Burrows and Ty, just kicks it back out to Cross. And now the Mohawks pulling out their offense. 4-point Ram lead into Lewis. The turnaround. Misses. Rebound. Burrows falls to the ground. But Dinko stepped on the inline. It'll be Ram ball.
Coming down to the end of the game here, when we get into the fourth quarter, it's really going to be the veterans, the seniors and the juniors that are really going to make a difference. Both teams have a lot of seniors in their club.
Nugent blocked by Burrows. To Burrows. Back to Burrows. No. Lewis rebounds off to Nugent. 1-on-2. Goes by White. White grabs him. A smart foul.
Good foul there. That was 2 points. He's going to get 2 foul shots from the line, but he's going to have to earn them. Unlike giving up the easy 2.
Bill Parr has come in for the Mohawks. Nugent has yet to go to the free throw line, but he has 10 points from the field. 2 long-range jumpers here in the second half.
Colebrook staying right in it. Really scrappy team. There's just no give up in them.
His second free throw makes it a 2-point ball game. 36-34 with 2:32 left in the third.
Colebrook starting a 3-quarter court press now, 2-2-1. Changing from their earlier press to a full court. That's more of a press just to get Nute out of their rhythm more than to steal the ball.
It's also a fatigue factor too.
Also, yeah, that's true. Full court press takes a lot out of you.
It does go off of Burrows' hands.
Tough pass to handle. That ball is thrown awfully hard, especially from like 15 feet.
So Colebrook with a chance to tie it. Lewis spins to his right, misses where it's Burrows on the rebound. Almost stolen by Nugent. He's been all over the floor.
Absolutely. He is really a gym rat. I've seen some scrappers before, but he works hard to get the ball, always works hard on defense, good shooter. Kind of guy you'd like to have on your team.
White with it, takes a jump shot, misses to the left, rebounded by Harding, cleared to Nugent.
Nute staying right into 3-2. They're not really extending themselves right now. If they start hitting a couple shots, you're going to see them really start to go out and get them.
Hanging around the foul line, bounce pass to Lewis, blocked by Burrows. Off to White, 2-on-2. White slows it up to Burrows, to Dave Burrows. Gets Harding in the air.
Another one of those tournament touch fouls. Just barely touched him on the wrist. Might have not even got the wrist, but it looked like a foul. They're going to call it.
It was created, I think, by Dave's pump fake in that play.
Absolutely. Good little pump fake. Dave does that well. Because he's going up against players many times, maybe not the same height as him, but they're usually stronger than he is. He has to take advantage of his court sense and what to do with little fakes and stutter steps and that kind of thing.
Mulligan enters the game for Colebrook, and Burrows makes them both. 14 points for Dave Burrows. Another 4-point Ram lead with 1:10 left in the third period. The winner of this game on to Plymouth State College Friday night at 7 o'clock to play Groveton, the #2 team in Class S. Harding driving the baseline, misses the bank shot, gets his own rebound over 2 players, takes the fadeaway and makes it.
Again, no boxing out. That's one thing that Nute really had a hard time doing tonight. Something they've got to adjust to before fourth quarter starts here.
And that's Harding's first points. Last of the 5 starters to score for the Mohawks. Dave Burrows from the free throw line.
That's his shot. If he starts hitting that, Colebrook may be in trouble. He's a streak shooter. He can really hit shots in bunches.
Perry into Mulligan, takes it and makes it. Mulligan's first 2, 20 seconds left in the period. Rams with a 2-point lead. Wyatt breaks the press in the middle and gives back to Dave Burrows. Last shot, time for the Rams. We're now down to 10 seconds. We'll start running that play. White with it. Looking to Wyatt, all alone, the layup, blocked by Nugent.
Super defensive play. Skip that Dave on the other side also. 2-on-9, super defensive play.
White inbounds at the corner of the court. 1 second left in the period. Get it to a player and shoot. Wyatt the turnaround. No. It doesn't fall. The score after 3 periods at Nute High School. The Rams leading the Mohawks 40-38. Yeah, 4 of the starters are seniors. General seniors.
Yep. All set.
Back for the final period of action. This Class S preliminary round game between the Rams and the Mohawks. Rams up by 2 as we start the 4th period. Mohawks in possession of the basketball. Cross from 20 off the front of the rim. Rebounded by Perry. Perry to Harding. Dishes to Lewis. The left-hander is good.
Nice play. They're getting Nute out of position on defense.
As we start our 4th period, I'd like to thank the Pizza Nook for sponsoring this evening's ball games and all the games throughout the season. Wyatt works and travels.
This is when pressure really becomes a factor. End of the game, tournament game, mistakes you just cannot make.
And for the first time into the game, number 44, Butch Provencher, comes in. Don Todges takes a seat. They have played 45 seconds in the 4th period. It's tied. Perry to Harding, double team, takes it.
You're really picking apart that Nute defense. Passing the ball around. Fatigue must be a factor here with Nute.
Harding didn't score in the first half, but has 4 here in the second. Defense, very aggressive. Burrows decides not to take the shot. This time he has it wide open. He's long, rebounded by Nugent. Nugent one-on-one against White. Nugent dribbles the layup. Good defensive play, but it's no. It will go to the Rams. Looked like Wyatt tipped it.
Nute might have got a break there on the call.
And Phil Malika was 6:43. Calls a timeout just to get off the track a little bit here, Steve. We'd like to congratulate the girls team. Another outstanding season, but played not one of their better games on not at a good time, I guess, losing to Wilton in the semis.
No, unfortunately not. I know a lot was expected of the team. I myself thought, expected them to win the championship just because of their record, and they just hadn't had a close game all year. And they just, there's a lot of pressure in games like that, and Nute hadn't come up against a team with a tall girl like that girl from Wilton. She was 6'2", she was big, tough, and she just killed them on the boards. And Nute just couldn't adjust to her size on the knee. It's too bad because Nute did have a really, really good season.
So the Nute girls team finishes with a combined record. We're not counting the Christmas tournament or just counting the regular season and the postseason tournament of 19-1, 18-0 during the regular season. The final score, by the way, of that Wilton game was 47-40, and Wilton went on to lose in the final game against Profile by 1 point.
Nute picking up, Colebrook picking up full court there, man-to-man, on their press, then trapping in the corners.
No back court, touched by a Colebrook player.
Colebrook really extending their defense now, really giving the guards for Nute a lot of pressure, a lot of trouble out front.
Colebrook with a 2-point edge. That's White. Decides not to take the shot. Over to Burrows, back to White.
Nute looking a little bit disorganized now there, Eric.
Well, Colebrook has switched back to a man-to-man, Steve.
Changing defenses. It's really a smart boy. Not many coaches do it, only because it gets awful confusing at sometimes when you score and when you don't score, when to put it on, when not to. But the teams that can do it, it's really effective.
Substitution for the Rams, Mike Todges in. So the 5 are Mike Todges, Dave Burrows, Scott Burrows, Skip Wyatt, and Butch Provencher. Mike Todges, good.
Nice shot. When he gets time to set, he's a deadly shooter from outside. He's a really streak shooter. There's one game this year, I can't remember what game it was, he hit 5 in a row from out there, long range. Big help if he can start scoring.
We're tied again at 42. Harding works to his right and feeds back out to Cross. Now it's back into Harding, who works baseline, and Provencher pokes it free.
Nute looking awful dead on offense. Like I hate to reiterate this again, but there really is a fatigue factor out there, I believe.
Cross with Burrows in his face, gets it to Nugent, feeds it back out to the foul line to Harding. Now Colebrook back in their offense. Cross from 20, buries it.
Big shot. Big basket here for Nute if they can score. Getting down 4 at this juncture in the game, it would be awful tough.
Cross with 10. Perry knocks it away from Burrows. Burrows into Wyatt. Neither team in the bonus situation. Scott Burrows, baseline jumper, short. Rebounded by Perry.
Big exchange right there. If Colebrook could score here, that would really put a lot of pressure on Nute.
And they're going to kill some of the clock as they set up their offense.
Good idea by Colebrook. Bring Nute out, spread the defense out, get you open shots. We haven't heard from Lewis in a while.
And there is Lewis, but he dishes to Perry instead of taking the shot. Or dishes to Nugent. Nugent misses. Provencher, strong rebound for Nute. Backcourt violation against Wyatt.
Good call by the official. He just got his heel up over the half court. Then he stepped back, backcourt. Now remember that the rule now is the whole body and the whole ball. Both of them have to be totally over half court before it's considered a backcourt.
Dinko in for the Mohawks. 4:15 left in the fourth period. Colebrook, somewhat of a mild shocker here, up by 2, 44-42. Rams offense has been stifled in the fourth quarter. So they've only put 2 points on the board.
I don't think it's been the Ram offense as much as it has been the Colebrook defense. Really aggressive defense. Super D.
Colebrook still in control. They run a good half minute off the clock. Provencher pokes it free.
Colebrook fans really getting into it now. They can start to sense it now.
Cheering from both sides. Foul under the basket. Looks like it's going to go against Dave Burrows. That's 4. 4 on Dave Burrows. Then quickly, Malika going to his bench. And Don Tages will come in. He only comes in for Provencher. Still, that is 4 fouls on Dave Burrows with 3:39 left in the game. Lewis working on Scott Burrows, puts it up. That could be it. No, it's going against Scott Burrows. Unofficially 3 on Scott.
Looked like he got him with the body there when he went up for the block. Tough kid to put on the line. He's hit it. How many has he hit?
7 of 8 so far.
Really good foul shooter. Good timeout by Coach Malika. Time to regroup here.
So after making his first free throw, Lewis now has 15 in the game, and it's a 3-point Mohawk lead. Really the biggest they've seen since a point in the second period. This is really where the veterans come into play, Steve, and take control of the game.
Absolutely. I feel that Nute's really going to have to start looking towards Scott, maybe Skippy, start to get some offense. Even Dave, although he's not an upperclassman, he's been hitting his shots lately. You have to get him into an open area. Nute's offense has really been stalled in this last quarter. Colebrook defense is really causing a lot of havoc out front. It's up to Nute here to really dig down, and see who wants it more.
After holding a 4-point bulge after the third period, 40-36, the Mohawks have outscored the Rams 9-2 so far in the fourth period, and we only have 3 minutes and 36 seconds left in regulation.
This is the type of the game they seem to call crunch time for good reason.
Lewis knocks them both down. A 4-point Mohawk lead. And again, that press causing some problems, but Burrows dribbles out of it. Mike Todges, over-aggressiveness on Nugent's part.
Near steal, though. Those Mohawk guys still giving Nute a lot of trouble out front.
No one in foul trouble for the Mohawks. Only Nugent's second. Nobody with more than 2 on the Colebrook squad. Todges from the free throw line. No. Rebound Lewis. Foul underneath.
Tough call. Gonna put Lewis on the line.
It's on Mike Todges. 3 on Todges. They call the push. And Lewis goes to the line where he's been very effective. He's only missed 1 this evening.
That's one kid you don't want to put on the foul line. Uncharacteristic of him right there.
It's a big 1-and-1. He misses it.
Big possession here for Nute. They've got to get a bucket.
Big 4-point swing. Burrows from 16. Yes.
Wide open. Can't give him that one.
Well,
Colebrook's got to get a hand in his face.
it could have been a 6-point Mohawk lead, but the missed front end of the 1-and-1 by Lewis and the jumper by Burrows. It's a 2-point ball game once again. Big swing.
Big turnaround there. Nute switched to a man-to-man now.
And Harding hesitated and got called for traveling.
Absolutely. Colebrook a little bit unraveled there.
It may be just what Phil Malika has been waiting for, to switch up that defense at a key time.
That's right.
Crowd really getting involved in the game. Burrows. No, the rebound. Nute ball.
Good job by Scott Burrows keeping that ball alive.
2:36. 2:36 left in the game. Both teams in the bonus now. 46-44 in Colebrook's favor. Rams being patient. Todges at the foul line. Penetrates the layup. Yes!
Super play by Donnie. They dropped off him again. You've got to give him respect. Even though he's not averaging that next point-wise during the season, he can still score.
Guarding the outside. They let him have the lane inside. Lewis.
Defense, super defense.
Todges knocks it away right into Dinko's hands.
This is great. Great action.
Nute in that man-to-man. Wyatt working on Nugent. That's Harding. Works off the pick. Misses the bank shot. Rebound by Mike Todges. 1:50 left in the game. Burrows. It's up. No. It's a big one. Lewis clears the boards to Harding. We're tied. A very close game. Harding goes by Todges. Foul.
Good play. It was going to be a layup. What you want to do in that instance is force the man into the middle where you have help. That time, Donnie he made him go to the outside. No help on the outside, and he had a free pass to the basket. Important free throws here, needless to say.
Todges' first foul, so he's not in trouble. So Harding goes to the line. He hasn't been there yet. Only scored 4 points, both of those coming in the second half. He misses.
It's tough going to the line, especially after a whole game and not being there at all. I know how that feels.
Harding makes the second one. So now the prospect of overtime isn't there anymore. We're on the odd numbers now, 47-46. Todges penetrates past Perry, is double teamed, has help from Wyatt. Wyatt back out to Don Todges. Burrows being guarded by Dinko, tries cross court. Harding knocks it out of bounds.
Risky pass by Scott there through his own.
1:13 left. In a pressure cooker, Dave Burrows nails it.
Big bucket. That's a play they love to run off an inbounds pass underneath the basket. Works well. Dave's a good shooter when he's got in that 15-foot range.
Burrows, the 8th grader, with 20 points in this game.
Great comeback by Nute. They were down and out, down 4 points. And Lewis at the line. They showed a lot of character to come back, as they did in Farmington.
Oh, the block on Lewis. Big foul.
Ooh. Big turn of events here.
So Colebrook, with possession and 44 seconds left and a chance to take the lead, commit the offensive foul.
I must admit, Eric, this has been a fan's game. You come here to pay to see a good game, you've seen one.
And you can see, well, you can't see on our camera now, but you can hear it. The fans going wild with only 44 seconds left. And what possibly could Phil Mollica be telling the Rams right now?
He wants to tell them, number one, with Scott, I think Scott's at the line. If he makes them, or even if he misses them, no fouls. We don't want to take any time off the clock. We want to make Colebrook earn their basket by taking a shot. If it comes to a foul, of course, if he's going to take a layup, you have to foul him. But he's just trying to tell him to relax. You still got time. We've got the lead. They have to score. We don't have to score. Okay. On the other side, Colebrook, their coach, you know, they just want to play good D. Hopefully, by taking the timeout, they're icing the foul shooter here. That always has an effect coming back on the line after you know you're going to make one-on-one, especially. You know you're not going to get that second foul shot.
So it is indeed Scott Burrows going to the foul line. The Rams with a 1-point edge. Having a slow 4th period offensively, but they still lead it. Misses the 1-and-1.
Big miss there. So it's put the game out of reach.
So now Colebrook with a chance to win it. 35 seconds left. They trail 48-47, and Todges commits the foul. Harding, 1 for 2 from the line. 1-and-1, he makes it.
Big bucket. Coach Mollica trying to ice the shooter now.
Okay, we are tied with 33 seconds left in the game. We're going to change tape so we don't miss the end of it. Stay tuned. We'll be back with the remaining 33 seconds after this. Harding's 2 for 3 from the free throw line.
Nute trying to take as much time as possible coming out of their huddle. Trying to make 53 stand there for a little minute. Think about what he's going to do.
Biggest free throw of the game. It's up. He makes it. A line drive, and it's a 1-point Mohawk lead.
Hit the horn, out the whistle, bring the sub in. The horn went.
And we had it in the midst of a very loud roar of the crowd. The horn was heard by the official, so official timeout. Play was called. They let Cross enter the game for Colebrook. And now Nute with 25 seconds left to try to win this game. They trail at 49-48. Mike Todges, stripped by Nugent.
Ooh, that was very questionable there. For what they've been calling for fouls, you don't call that.
They're letting him play. Dave Burrows inbounds it to Scott Burrows. 18 seconds left. Swings it around back to Dave Burrows. A shot. It's a high arcer.
Oh!
Yes, it falls with 12 seconds.
Oh! Did you see the hockey on that ball?
Seemed like the ball was in the air forever.
Oh, wow. The rim helped at that time.
Dave Burrows puts the Rams back in the lead with 11 seconds left.
Ouch.
Incredible.
What might Colebrook be thinking now? Oh. See a possible victory slip away here. Again, that baseline jumper of Dave's. Very effective. He had a little pressure that time. Had to adjust his shot, put a little arc on it. Still went.
So now it's very important for them to play tight D and not foul.
Absolutely. Coach Mullica right now is telling them no fouls, no fouls. Force them to take an outside shot. If they beat us from the outside, they're going to beat us. Let's just play good D, get a hand in their face, but overall, no fouls.
We are 11 seconds away from determining an opponent for Groveton this Friday night. Timeout was called immediately after the basket, so Colebrook will have to travel the entire length of the court. Inbounding under their own net. Nute will pressure, but they won't pressure the inbounder. As that was Dinko, he gets it off to Perry. Uncontested, dribbles right up past half court, penetrating all the way. We're down to 5 seconds. It's stolen! Burrows with the ball. 3 seconds. 2.
Oh, he traveled.
Oh, no.
Oh, the travel. Oh, no.
Oh, my.
I can't believe it.
Apparently Burrows had control of the ball, and Wyatt grabbed the ball too, and they called travel. So it is not over yet. Ball will be inbounded near the Nute basket with 2 seconds left.
Tough break there. Again, Coach Mullica is just going to have to tell him, good defense. They've only got 2 seconds, but again, 2 seconds is a long time to get a shot off. I'm sure the Colebrook coach is setting up some kind of play to get his player out for an easy jump shot here. He's got the personnel to do it. He's got 2 or 3 good players that have been hitting it consistently tonight.
Will he double team the inbounder or leave him alone, do you think?
I think he's going to put a man on the inbounder. I only say that because the tougher it is for that inbounder to get the ball, he may not get it into the guy he wants to get it into. They want to get the ball out, not down towards the baseline. They'd like to get the ball out by half court. Makes it a lot longer shot. He hits a shot from out there, they deserve to win the game. No question.
2 seconds left. Dinko inbounding under the Nute basket right near the paint area.
Oh, I thought they were getting on the side. That's another rule.
And there's no one. Well, there's Burrows guarding the inbound. They get it inside to Lewis. He puts it up. He misses. It's over. It's over. And the Rams win. And we're going to Plymouth State.
Super job. Super game.
Wow, 50-49, the final score, and a gutsy performance in the clutch.
Big win for Nute. This has to give them a lot of confidence going into Plymouth State, knowing they can beat a team in the tournament.
So they are going to Plymouth State Friday night at 7 to face off against Groveton. Steve and I will be back with the Bonanza Player of the Game and Coach Phil Mullica after these messages.
Carney Drug.
Welcome back to Nute High School. The final score, the Nute Rams winning this Class S preliminary game by the score of 50-49 over the Colebrook Mohawks. My post-game guests are the Bonanza Player of the Game, Dave Burrows, and head coach Phil Mullica. Familiar scene here at Nute High School. And Dave, a close one, but what was the attitude before the game? Did you take this team too lightly?
I think we did. I think we took the team too lightly, and we came in only 1 by 1.
Were you personally nervous coming into the game?
Yes, I was.
Was that a problem for the whole team or just the select players?
It was a problem for the whole team. We're all nervous because the first round off in the playoffs.
Now, it seemed like in the second period, you got up by 4, maybe 6 points at one point, and it seemed like you really could have put them away and opened up a gap between the two of you. They were a real scrappy ball club.
Yeah. They're quick and they're small, and they kept their composure. And we just lost our heads, and we threw it away a lot, and they came back and ran it off and tied the ball game.
Now, you had 22 points in the game, 14 in the second half. After the first half, where it was tied 26-all, did you feel a little added responsibility? You may have to take control a little bit?
Yeah, I thought I should have done better, and I shot a little more, and I missed them, but I made a lot of those misses.
Okay, how does Groveton look now? That's who we play Friday.
We can't take them too lightly now, and they came tonight's game and they think that we're going to be not too good, so we should take them hard and we should come up pretty good.
Okay, congratulations, Dave, on being the Bonanza Player of the Game again. Phil, talking before the post game here, and too close for my blood, I think.
Yeah, I was real close. I was telling the kids all week long to expect a close game, but deep down I really didn't believe it was going to be a close game. I was deceived by their record, and that was a mistake on my part because they really gave us a heck of a ball game.
Seems like they were really scrappy on defense, and their offense was very deliberate and very patient.
They were very patient on offense, and I think it kind of lulled us to sleep. You know, for the first few seconds when they came down, we had our hands out, and we're playing decent defense. But the more they worked the ball around, it seemed our hands get down by our side, and then they'd pick a spot, and they shot fairly well from the outside. And their press gave us a lot of trouble, too much trouble. We haven't had that much trouble with the press all year long. We kept trying to throw it over them. It looked like we could easily because they're small, but they leap fairly well, and they kept blocking the passes. And in the first half, they got a lot of easy layups off their press. And even when we broke their press, we didn't break it for easy baskets. At times we did, but not consistently. And that's something we got to work on. Groveton was watching the game tonight, and in one respect, I'm thankful we didn't show them too much, but in another respect, I expect that they'll be pressing us all game, full court and half court up at Plymouth.
It did seem like a lot of your problems happened early on in the fourth quarter. After having that 4-point lead after 3 quarters, you fell down by 4.
Yeah, for a little bit, we lost our composure. We didn't have the right people shooting the ball on a couple of shots. Because basically our half-court offense, we were getting all the shots we wanted to, and they were easy shots. But the trouble was we were just giving too many times up the floor. We were giving it up on turnovers. But they did have us rattled for a little bit. We called timeout and just explained to the kids that now's the time of the ball game where we got to keep our composure, not to get rattled and not to get impatient just because they were taking some time off the clock. They were up 4 points, but there was a lot of time left. And when we switched into our man-to-man defense and put more pressure on the ball, we were very successful.
It seemed like the big emotional swing during the game. Colebrook had a 4-point lead, and we had Lewis going to the line with a 1-and-1. He missed it, could have made it a 6-point bulge. Dave came back down, did a jump shot, pull it back to within 2, and it seemed like the club really a gut check for Nute tonight, and they really came back and showed well in the end.
Yeah, I think that was the turning point when he missed that 1-and-1, and we came back down and scored, made it a 2-point game. We came back down here, when they brought it back up on offense, we did extremely well on the man-to-man defense. We put a lot of pressure on them, forced them into a turnover, came back the other way. We did foul them there, give them the lead when we shouldn't have. And we came back down 1, and Dave made a nice shot to win it.
Okay, the final score from Nute High School in this Class S preliminary round game, 50-49, the Rams defeating the Mohawks. For my color man tonight, Steve Burrows, I'd like to say thank you to Steve, and we will be in Plymouth State College this Friday evening at 7 o'clock, where the number 7 Rams will be taking on the number 2 Groveton Club. For the Bonanza Player of the Game, Dave Burrows, and for head coach Phil Malika, and for our cameraman this evening, John Rodenhouse, and Steve Burrows, I'm Eric Nelson. Good night.